A great shoe below 120 euros, is that even possible? Seems like we have one. Hey everyone and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex with Meta Endurance.
And I'm Andy with Meta Endurance.
And Andy, this is actually our first review, or let's say first impression video together here on the channel. Thank you very much for being with us and for doing more and more of these videos for YouTube with us. Can you maybe introduce yourself as a runner for everyone out there not knowing you?
Yeah, I'm Andy. I'm a full-time worker, part-time runner. I'm 45 years old. I'm very forefoot striker and very high cadence with a stride about this long.
We have here an interesting shoe. This is the Adidas Adizero SL2, second version of the Adizero SL, the sort of entry-level shoe in the Adizero family. We purchased this shoe ourselves and therefore we, as always, will provide you with an honest and transparent review. This for the quick disclaimer, and we'll look now into the specs. And in this shoe, I weighed in my size US 11. This is also my size US 11. You're a shorter foot, 275 grams. Which puts probably the US 9 sample around 240 grams, something like that. Your shoe is probably 230, we didn't weigh it, but
somewhere like that. It definitely felt very light on foot anyway.
Yeah, it does. In terms of specs, we have a 33 millimeters of stack height in the heel, 24.5 in the forefoot, 8.5 millimeters drop. We suspect that the numbers are accurate. The SL was 35 in the heel. It may be 35 as well here, and with that 8.5 millimeters drop, that would put it at 26.5. What do you think of the forefoot number? I think you mentioned it, the 24.5 are probably not realistic.
Maybe it's the addition of the Light Strike Pro in the forefoot here, but it didn't feel as thin as a 24 millimeter forefoot. It felt, as we were running this morning, it felt like it had a lot more depth to the cushion. I never felt like I was bottoming out at all. And same with the run yesterday when it was a much easier run.
Agreed, yeah. And that's actually a good segue. We both have two runs in this shoe, give or take 20 kilometers. And one of them was actually a speed session on the track this morning. So we also have that experience to share with you and to also explain how this shoe works at different paces. Let's look into the upper, Andy. What's your take on that engineered mesh?
To be fair, it's very comfortable. I mean, putting it on, when I first put it on yesterday, it felt a little bit snug, but a bit of a twiddle with the laces, slightly different pair of socks, and it's a really good fit. The upper's got enough give in it where it's around here so it's not too tight on the feet. Does exactly what it needs to do for an upper. It holds very well with a little bit of padding around the heel. Yeah, good upper.
I think the snug comment is interesting because, in my opinion, this is a different last compared to many Adizero shoes. It feels a bit shorter, which is a good thing. Adizero shoes tend to run a bit long. And overall, this last change may not help people with wider feet, but I assume many other people with more average foot width will be better off with this new last. The other comment for me was kind of the breathability of the upper, and it's a breathable one, but the thickness of the tongue and the plushness in the heel kind of soak up a bit of the sweat, at least for me.
Yeah, no, and I think I can agree. I mean, when I took mine off this morning, I didn't feel it on the run, but when I took mine off when I got home, you could feel that it had soaked up a bit in the top, definitely.
Yeah, it did. Looking at the midsole, Andy, we have something quite interesting here happening compared to the Adizero SL. Big change in the midsole tooling. What is it and where can we see it?
Yeah, well, we've got a very long, whether it's full length or not, slab of Light Strike Pro here. So you've got Adidas's top-end racing foam in a shoe for 120 euros, which is absolutely fantastic. You can see there's the cutaway in the outside sole here, but it feels very full length with the strength of it. And also the Light Strike in the heel feels a lot softer than my previous experiences of the Light Strike foam itself.
I can definitely agree. Light Strike is the entry-level foam of the top-end foams for Adidas. There's Light Strike Plus, Light Strike Pro, and Light Strike here it feels like a less dense cooking of that foam. This shoe for me felt like very versatile at different paces. A range of options that you can do in terms of sessions, runs with this shoe that definitely doesn't match many other shoes in that range. And overall, I would say, I mean, I didn't expect much, but this is a very good surprise to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me the same. I mean, yesterday we had a lovely chatty run around the place. It felt around 5 minutes kilometre, 5:20, 5:30 a kilometre in some parts. It was a very easy shoe to run in. It rolls through the gait cycle very nicely. It absorbs all the shocks. And then this morning, slightly less social run, charging around the track, it had a lovely bounce and roll off in the forefoot here that you could really feel the sink, the compression and the pop out of the Light Strike Pro. And fitness aside, it handled the paces very well.
Yeah, no, it's a shoe that definitely can do many things. I would see it as that sort of all-rounder perfect shoe that can handle easier recovery paces, but also get some good workouts on the track. It is not as agile as some other track shoes, especially let's compare it to the Adios 8 right now. It doesn't have that same snappiness, but it has the versatility that the Adios 8 may not have.
Indeed, yeah, and I mean similar compared to something like the Takumi Sen or something like that. You can feel the difference, but they're premium shoes, and this one is a very good budget entry level shoe. Gives you that versatility you need, and yeah, I mean everything that we threw at it, it's handled really, really well.
It's also that good shoe for, say beginner runners or people who want to maybe work a bit more on their foot muscles. That's one that will require a bit more of that footwork. It's a good thing to a certain extent because now we get all that assistance from many shoes. This is a non-plated option in the Adizero range. It's a very good one. You mentioned the differences with the Takumi Sen 10 and the Adios 8. One of them obviously is the difference in terms of outsole compound. No continental rubber here, and I think both of us have a comment about that choice.
Yeah, I mean, on the easy run, it felt fine. Didn't really notice any problems. I mean, the weather hasn't been necessarily so friendly, so the ground has been a bit wet. It rained overnight, so when we got to the track this morning, it was wet, and around the track there were some mossy sections. In a straight line, the grip is fantastic. You got the pattern here. It propels you beautifully forwards while pushing on the 400 rep and the 800 rep, while pushing around the corner of the track. I found some lateral slippage, so only on the very corners. On the straights, it was great. On the corners, pushing power, it didn't feel the most secure.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't necessarily the corners, but really at faster paces, that very last moment of the toe-off phase, where you really want to get that traction propelling you to the next step. That's where this shoe was starting to get less traction and less of that security and that confidence feeling that you're looking after when you're running faster paces. But other than that, to be honest, I mean, the slab of rubber compound that you have is literally surprising.
It's going to last a while.
Yeah, it's going to last a while.
Take a while to wear through this outsole.
And that, I think, is again a good segue. It's a shoe that will last a while, that provides you with a wide range of options at a fantastic price point. We found this shoe for 120 euros on the internet. This is not confirmed price point with Adidas, but nevertheless, I think it's going to be accurate. Probably 110 pounds, maybe 120 pounds, $120, that range. Is there anything that good out there for that price point?
Off the top of my head, I mean, I think similar price shoes would be the Puma Velocity Nitro, but I think this offers, with that addition of the Light Strike Pro, it puts it above that, and everything else may be on a sale, but daily trainer wise, this is a lot of bang for your buck. This is a very good value shoe based on the first couple of runs so far.
Yeah, excellent value shoe, and I look forward to having a full assessment of this shoe on the YouTube channel, on the website as well, messengers.com. There's a link in the description. This shoe, I believe, is one that can really be a winner this year against other Adidas shoes even. The Supernova Rise is that premium daily trainer, but I would probably go for this. And against other brands, when you look at the Pegasus, when you look at the Noosa Tri that has a bit of that same vibe as this shoe in terms of what it's supposed to do, I would probably go for this because of the price point, but also because of everything it offers.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd agree. I mean, this is more versatile than Noosa Tri. It also offers that less mechanical assistance so that you can enjoy your paces, relax into your pace a little bit more. It's not a shoe that wants to push you, but when you want to push, it's got that responsiveness to give you what you need. Yeah, very good shoe.
I'd agree. Andy, thank you very much for your time here on the channel. We will find our full review in a few days, hopefully, maybe in a week on the website. And we'll update you here on the channel about this shoe. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll link to the review of the Adidas Boston 12, another Adizero shoes from last year. That is also one of my favorites. I may want to compare it against this one, especially if you in the comment section want us to compare it against it or against the Adios 8. You decide. Click here if you want to watch the Boston 12 review. Thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. We'll see you in the next one.